right now, how I feel like dream right now. Like, I'm just in my own little world. My niece just keeps saying, I miss my mommy. I miss my mommy. Like, just don't feel real to me. Like, I just lost my sister and she was pregnant. I just lost my sister and my niece, bro.
Pink, silver, and white balloons flew high over East Taylor Street, where Shaneikwa's loved ones gathered in her memory. And as balloons lie in a tree just feet away from her home, it's a reminder that Shaneikwa's legacy lives on.
Today was May 20th, 2023, and LaShawn Burns was ready to set sail on the Carnival Elation on a 5-day cruise out of Jacksonville, Florida. Everyone she was with was excited and ready to have a great time out at sea. LaShawn was taking video while smiling from ear to ear, excited for the next coming days. Vacations are a time to let your hair down and forget about everyday stresses of life. But for this mom, her life would literally fall apart while aboard the ship, getting the worst news back home in Augusta, Georgia, right in the middle of her trip. She tragically received word that not only her daughter, but her granddaughter had lost their lives, and she was sadly stuck on a ship, wanting desperately to get back home in the wake of a terrible crime that took place. 29-year-old Shaneikwa LaFavor was a young woman full of life and working hard to reach her goals in life. Coming up in Augusta, Georgia, she was one of 3 daughters that belonged to her mother, and she was the middle of the trio. She attended Lucy's Craft Laney High School, and from there, she worked on putting a plan in place for her future. Besides the normal 9 to 5, she also was perfecting her styling skills as a hairdresser. She was one of the persons you would go to if you needed to get locked up and twisted, lace fronts, or wig installs. When she was not working, she enjoyed life just like most 20-somethings, spending time with loved ones, traveling, and going out. Come May 2019, she became a mother for the first time, welcoming a beautiful baby girl in the world who she also named Beautiful. For Shaneikwa, her baby was her lifeline and gave her a renewed purpose in life to strive for even more. Everything she did evolved around her daughter, and she spent every waking moment being the best mother she could be. Beautiful would have all of her mom's attention as the only child for over 3 years before her mother became pregnant again with her second little girl. Shaneikwa had picked out the name Gorgeous Dior, keeping with the pretty theme she started with Beautiful. Come March 2023, while pregnant, she decided to start up an independent cleaning company that she would name Beauty Cleaning, servicing churches, homes, offices, and more. It was a new venture and she took great pride in and was looking forward to her business growing. By May 2023, and in her 3rd trimester with her bundle of joy, Shaneikwa was ready to start planning her baby shower. It was also the month that her first daughter would be turning 4, so there was much to prepare for. However, before all the due celebrations could even happen, Shaneikwa and her unborn daughter would sadly lose their lives in the most disturbing way. The day was May 22nd, 2023, when Shaneikwa and her boyfriend were said to be in a vehicle on the 200 block of East Taylor Street. Another man, 44-year-old Shawn Walker, was also on the same block and allegedly took issue with the couple about a parking spot. The disagreement would lead to Shawn opening fire on the pair, shooting off multiple rounds, leaving the neighbors terrified as to what had taken place. Law officials would be called to the location, and when they arrived, deputies found 29-year-old Shaneikwa LaFavor already unalive, plus 2 others were also injured. Her boyfriend was one of those people. He was shot as well and transported to the hospital alongside his 11-year-old, both in critical condition. As the family became aware of the tragedy that took place, it did not seem real, and not only Shaneikwa, but her daughter Gorgeous would never be coming home.
How you even move forward with some shit like that, knowing you only got two sisters left and you had one? Why would somebody even do that to her? I don't even feel like the shit was towards her. Like, I feel like it was some other shit, like some crazy shit for real. Like, it just don't add up to me. Like, man, love y'all people, bro, because any day they could be gone.
But Shaneikwa was unique. She was different than any other my other 2 girls. Like I said, she was well outspoken, a loving daughter.
LaShawn Burns says she was on vacation when she got the call her daughter Shaneikwa LaFavor had been shot along another adult and a child at a home near East Taylor Street on Monday. Burns says LaFavor was pregnant with her daughter Gorgeous at the time of her death. Burns told me losing both of them is devastating.
She gave me my first granddaughter. Her name is Beautiful. This would have been my second granddaughter.
After the crime took place, Shawn was allegedly out living his life, only semi-hiding from the authorities. People in the community became fed up with law officials after multiple sightings of the wanted man, but no arrest. According to loved ones of Shaneikwa, it was not until the city got a new sheriff, Gino Brantley, that things started to turn around. The new sheriff was set to handle business, and according to police, Shawn was located on January 29, 2025, on the 1700 block of Watkins Street by the Southeastern U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. Upon contact, Shawn reportedly refused to exit the residence and comply with law officials' directives. SWAT was also called to the scene, but after negotiations, he was taken into custody without incident. Allegedly, the man was at his mother's house the whole time in the city with sightings of him, but he was on the run from May 22, 2023 to January 29, 2025. This is just mind blowing and shocking that someone else did not take his life for the severity of the crime he committed. Also, like a lot of people who commit horrible crimes, he had a long rap sheet with 44 aggravated harm cases and an open aggravated harm case for shooting his own uncle allegedly. The only reason he appeared to remain free so long was because people were said to be scared of him and wouldn't testify when the time came. However, in May 2025, he finally had his day in court for the 2 lives he snatched away, plus for the other 2 who survived. He was found guilty on all 16 counts to everyone's relief: 1 felony unaliving, 1 malice unaliving, 3 counts of harm to a child first degree, feticide, burglary first degree, home invasion first degree, 3 times possession of firearms by a convicted felon during a crime, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and 4 times aggravated harm. Guilty on all 16 indictments. Judge Daniel J. Craig sentenced Walker to life without parole plus 232 years, 11 months, and 13 days.
Found guilty in the killing of a woman 25 weeks pregnant. District Attorney Jared Williams says Shawn Walker killed Shaneikwa LaFavor over a parking space on East Taylor Street in May of 2023. He also shot her fiance and an 11-year-old child, injuring both.
The sentence for Shawn marks the end of a prolonged and painful ordeal for all the families involved. After the verdict, loved ones took to social media to praise the Lord and share their relief that justice was finally served. I hope and pray the family can now have some peace knowing that he will never see the light of day again. One can only wonder what little Gorgeous will be doing right now and the joy she would have added to her family. I'm sure her older sister would have been her best friend throughout life, but sadly, that was snatched away forever. I'm sure Shaneikwa would have continued to be a great mother, but that too, sadly, was also snatched away forever. It truly is heartbreaking on so many levels. Both mother and daughter mattered, and they should still be here. So please, don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for this family as they continue to heal, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.